Hello, this is Yo Sensei. Today in this lesson, we are going to learn how to create multi-scene fly-through, walk-through animation in Twinmotion. So let me share. This is a simple Twinmotion file. I will post a link to this model somewhere in the description, so you should be able to practice with this. So it's a simple house that has living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, and toilet, and a very simple type of house, and the hot tub and the deck and outside. So in this case, we have zoom, which is the camera is going to be in one position and zoom into the subject. And so this one is very simple, straightforward movement. Side pan number 2 is camera is moving this way. So when you have the object, you will have the camera running sideways and to kind of, panning the view. Rotate. In this third one, the camera is static. The camera doesn't move, but the target or viewpoint is going to slightly shift. So this is a very useful one for building an interior scene where you are in one position and pan around. Zoom and rotate. So sometimes you mix zoom and rotate, but try to keep it extremely simple. Another thing that you should really think about is to create a storyboard for your scenes. So in this case, what do I have is that series of storyboard. So in the first case, it's going to be introductory shot that I'm going to be in the far view, and the camera is going to pan sideways, and maybe sun is going to move. Next one, number 2, is main exterior view. So this one is a hero shot, and it needs to show the entire building in a very, very centered way. Number 3 is how do you approach, how do you get into the house. So you can create the animation of a person walking towards the house, and camera can slowly zoom into the space. Next one is interior walkthrough. So you can be in a narrow hallway and cameras moving straight, and while it's panning slightly, turning slightly, that would be going through the interior first. And number 5 is interior pan. So in this case, your camera is static and it doesn't move, and the camera is going to sweep around. Number 6 is living/bedroom movement. So in this case, we will move the camera and slowly turn around. Okay. So let's get into Twinmotion. So the first view that we're gonna do is the beginning part. I just saved in the image area, and I adjusted the sun and stuff. So we can start from there. We are going to go into media and video section and create a video. So by default, Twinmotion creates this kind of scene when you start to create video. So you can create parts that are, one part is going to be one scene where you move the camera, and then you can create next part. And to add next new video part, you can click here, and yeah, these are the controls. So first view is already set when I clicked the create video. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to create this kind of like super simple motion that kind of starts from behind the trees and kind of revealing view. So I can click on recapture button, which is recycle button here, and then pan my camera, just go sideways, and then click create keyframe. So that's going to create the second camera position. So when you play it, it will look like this. It's a very simple scene. So Twinmotion will always capture your views, your videos in 10 seconds as a initial length of the video. So I think this doesn't deserve to be 10 seconds long. It's kind of slow and long. So what I want to do is I'm going to change it to 8 seconds. So the more you move your camera, the longer you should set a time for. But I think 8 seconds for this side view is fine. Okay. So going back to our, so that was our introduction sidepan scene. Okay, so scene number 3 is an approach shot from behind the building with a guy walking. So we're gonna go to that. So we are going to go to the other side of the building. When you every time you change the scene, make sure to look at the lighting condition in this scene. In this case, the big face of the building is shaded, so you want to change the lighting. So I can click on the new video part, and so when you try to change the lighting, you won't be able to change because you're inside of the media mode. You're editing the video. So if you're changing the sun or lighting settings, it's going to be inside of the settings of the part. So when you click on this more mark at the bottom of the video scene, you can go to location and change the time so that it looks like the back side of the building is well lit. Okay, so going back to this scene. So in this scene, we are going to move towards the entry of the house. Make sure to always keep the same eye level or similar because when you are going up and down in the view, that is going to be a little bit too much. So make sure that the person is walking as the camera is being steady on around the head of the person. So that's what we're shooting for. So you can click on plus, and you can animate this kind of person walking towards the house, and it's a little bit sloppy here, and sometimes the guy is going to appear and reappear from here. So in order to avoid that, I'm just going to make this scene to be relatively short. So I'm just going to make it 4 seconds long. So that is my approach shot. I think the camera is moving a little bit too fast and abruptly. So I do not like that. So I'm going to go back to this view and change it to this view for the second part. So I'm just gonna make a very, very subtle move for this one. So in 4 seconds, it's going to be just super simple movement where you can see the guy walking towards the house. Okay, so the next scene is going to be the interior shot, walk straight. So we are going to go back to Twinmotion and find a interior view. So for this house, what we have is, so when you're switching from exterior to interior of the house, sometimes the move speed can be pretty fast. Okay. So what you can do is go to this eye mark on the top right of the screen and click on the speed and change to walking speed. So then you can move through the space a little bit. The control is a little bit easier. So I'm at the eye height of a short person. So I am going to go through this space. So I click on plus mark, new video part. So this is new video part. So against the exterior, the interior feels a little bit dark. So when you're doing this, always bring the light into the space through the window, major window, and fill the space with light when you're shooting interior view. Another thing that you could do is to change the lighting of the camera and change the exposure a little bit higher so that you're shooting at higher exposure. Global illumination. This kind of stuff is something that can be done in a different video, but I'm just gonna adjust the lighting a little bit. So that would be good. So going back to the video, in this video, in this case, I'm just going to do a simple interior movement. Try not to go through objects. In other words, don't go through a physical object with your camera. That is going to look very, very painful. So try not to do that. I think I'm a little bit too close to this lamp. So always keep the keyframe relatively simple. So in this case, maybe I would add a second keyframe that is going to be looking straight to show the bookcase a little bit more and turn into the landscape later. So these three keyframes did the trick. Okay. And also try not to render too close to the person. So this scene, I'm a little bit, I'd like to move slightly to the right side so that I don't go through the lamp too much. So straight movement. And then camera will turn around, show the garden. Okay, very nice. So this is my second scene. I think it's a little bit still long, so I'm just gonna change it to like 8 seconds. Okay. So the biggest mistake people make in animation is, now I have this view. Maybe I'm gonna look around and go back and go to this view and go to this view and show the bed and then outside. So people try to do too much. So when that happens, it's going to be like this. You go in, look around abruptly, weird. So you're doing too much with the shot. So what you need to do is keep the camera movement to be very, very simple. So I'm just going to delete these frames that are a little bit too much. Oops. So super simple movement. Okay. So the next thing that we have is interior pan. So this one is about static camera. So in this scene, I am going to be near my dining or the kitchen counter. I think the kitchen counter material is wrong. Anyways, well, this annoys me, so I'm just going to change it. Okay. Okay. So in this scene, what I'm going to do is it's super simple. So I'm going to be in this view for the video. I'm going to be in this view for the video. And so click on new scene. So now I'm just going to look around like this. Very simple shot and 4 seconds. very simple shot, but it gives you very nice, sweeping of the view. So the camera movement shouldn't really be too much of a expression. It's really about the video. No, it's not really about the video. It's really about the space and spatial design. So what you need to really focus on is to keep it very, very straightforward in terms of the camera movement. Okay. So the last thing that we have here is interior zoom and pan. So we are going to get into the bedroom part. So now we start our view around here. Okay. So we have beautiful sunlight coming in. So this is our first view. And then lastly, we are going to show our bed. And maybe this is 6 seconds. Okay, so maybe the last shot that I would like to make is exterior night shot, maybe. So I'm just gonna have a super simple night view, kind of as an ending view. So click on new video part, and so for this new part, what we're gonna do is we are going to change it to the night view, and this scene has several night light shaded in here, so that's quite nice. And so we would like to see the beautiful night view, and maybe we don't need cloud. And you can also do the star lighting and star intensity, make the star to be more intense. So we're gonna do like, just look up to the sky kind of shot, very simple shot. So going back to video 1, like that. I think this slide is a bit too. So in this video, we have our first scene that is side pan, and main view capturing the entire house, approach shot, how do you get into the house, and the interior shot is this kind of zoom in, and next scene is panning to the outside, and the last one is bedroom shot, and in the end we will have the night exterior view. I think the light is adjusting to the night scene real time, so it's not captured. So when you go back to the video, you can click on more, and you can select the output size. So 1920 by 1080 is actually fine. And so now you can go to video and click on this one, and then start export and select where it's going to go. And your video should be ready to go. And after that, I'm going to show you what it came out eventually.